guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about the Mandela effect. If you watch Tana Mojo or Shane Dawson, who are like the king and queen of the Mandela effect and conspiracy theories, you will know what the Mandela effect is. But if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, this video will hopefully get you guys to kind of understand what it is. By the end of this video, you'll be like so shook, like you understand what I mean. So I came up with 10 Mandela effects that you probably haven't heard of that will leave you very, very triggered. So if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, basically, do you know Nelson Mandela? He died in 2013, okay? He died in 2013. But many people remember him dying in the 1980s and remember it seeing on TV and stuff, and they really remember seeing it. Like, it wasn't like fake, it was like they remember seeing it. Basically, the theory is that there's 2 universes or something, and we are in one universe and someone is in the other universe who's changing everything, basically. If you research the Mandela effect, you'll know what I mean, but I've got 10 Mandela effect theories that have left me very shook, and will leave you very shook too. I'm not going to add this in my list, but I just want to make you guys aware of it. So the main thing that made this really go like crazy was the Buisness Enqiries or something like that. It's like an American book, and basically many people remember it being wrote as this. So it's Bear Stein, but the Stein was spelled S-T-E-I-N. But in the actual books, it's spelled Stain as in S-T-A-I-N, like how stain's actually spelt. And this is messing with a lot of people's heads because they vividly remember it being spelt another way, but that's not how it actually was spelt. So we're going to go into the ones that have messed my head up the most, that will probably mess your head up too. So the first one is Looney Tunes. This is a TV show I remember watching when I was younger. It had like the Bugs Bunny on it, you know what I mean, and I always thought it was spelled Looney Tunes with 2 O's, N-E-S, right? It's spelled T-U-N-E-S. Tunes. It doesn't make any sense. How is it spelled like that when it would make more sense to be spelled like loony because it has 2 O's and it have 2 O's in the tunes as well? I don't understand how. Number 2, honestly, I don't know, because this has made my dad shook as well. Like, I got my dad shook over this because I told my dad, because this is the film he's seen, and it's like a quote he said to me before. You know the film Forrest Gump? Forrest Gump is this film, and one of the most famous quotes in it is, "Life is like a box of chocolates," okay? So he was like, "My mama told me life is like a box of chocolates." Like, yeah, you know what I'm on about. Well, no, because life was like a box of chocolates. It's not like a box of chocolates because it was like a box of chocolates. How does that make sense in anyone's head? How do they think it was like a box of chocolates? Like, I vividly remember it is like a box of chocolates. I'm gonna look up on YouTube and see if what actually it says.
My mum always said life was like a box of chocolates.
No! It's not that! It's not was like a box of chocolates. It is like a box of chocolates. That's why the video is called Life is Like a Box of Chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolate. Yeah? Why does he say was like a box of... Oh my god.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Dad! Apparently he said it was like a box of chocolates.
Like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, no, Dad, but apparently they said it was like a box of chocolates. What? Look up on... No, Dad, literally, look up on YouTube, yeah? Dog is literally shook right now. Okay. Hey, Dad, look on YouTube right now. Look up the Forrest Gump bit, yeah? And we'll listen to it, yeah? It said it was like a box of chocolates.
Alright, hang on.
Alright, well, call me back when you're shook. Okay, bye. Have you seen it?
Life is like a box of chocolates. Look it up, you fucker.
Dad, no, in the video it says it was like a box of chocolates, but it ain't it. Oh, okay. When your dad's shook and he ends the call on you. Thanks, Dad.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
Like the saying is, life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, Dad, but the thing is, yeah, do you know the Mandela effect, yeah?
Yeah.
They've changed everything. They've changed it. It is a box of chocolates, but now it's was because the Mandela effect's changed it.
Alright.
I'm shook. Okay. Number 3 is another one that really messes up my head as like a Disney kid, you know, watching all them Disney films. Well, I always thought that it says mirror, mirror on the wall, which is something I've grown up saying. That's what I said. Like, that's what I've always said. I don't know why it's suddenly changed to magic mirror on the wall. It never said magic mirror. It always says mirror, mirror, because it's talking to the mirror. My whole childhood is literally a lie. Do you know Febreze, the brand, yeah. I've always spelt it Freebreze. Apparently, it's not got 2 E's. Apparently, it's got 1 E. This is how they spell it. That is not right, okay? Because it's Febreze. I've never had 1 E, it's always had 2 E's, because otherwise I wouldn't have spelled it like that. Okay, so, did you know Sex in the City? A film or something? I've never actually seen it, but, like, when I was in primary school, okay, and, you was learning what sex is, and everyone was like, oh, I've seen Sex in the City, and you'd be like, don't swear at me, like, you know what I mean. But, like, people would be like, oh, Sex in the City, right? Apparently, it's not Sex in the City, it's Sex and the City. I don't know either, because how is it and the city? How are you adding the city into the equation? It's in the city. Oh my god, someone help me. Honestly, this is probably I say all of these are the one that messes my head up the most, but this one, honestly, Jesus help me, because I don't know. I know the Mona Lisa, very, very, very famous painting, because she is moody in the painting, right? Because the whole point of the painting is because she's like this. Like, she's moody like me, like, it represents me. But, no, she's smiling. Smiling in the photo. How is she smiling? Who has changed this painting to make her smile? Because I literally remember her being like this. Like, okay, the Mandela effect has just taken over my phone, and now Siri's coming on, so, shook. Honestly, the Mona Lisa never smiled. So, yeah, someone has travelled into the Matrix or something and changed the Mona Lisa. McDonald. I always remember people spelling it 2 ways, right? People spelling AMC Donald's or MC Donald's. And I always spelled it MAC Donald's, right? No. It never had an A in it. It was always McDonald's. But that is crazy, because in my town we had a McDonald's. Like, we still have a McDonald's, but they changed the signs and stuff on it now. And it actually said MAC Donald's. You probably think I am going mental right now. And to be honest, yeah, I am. Because this Mandela effect, no, it's never had an A in it. I'm not even joking, guys. I'm actually fucked up. You know that car brand Volkswagen? So I always thought it was like joint together. Like, the sign was joint together. But apparently, there's always been a gap in it. There's always been a gap in the Volkswagen sign. I've never owned a Volkswagen car, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the sign a lot of times, and I never remember it being separated. I always thought it was joined together. This one, oh my god, I don't get this. Okay, so do you know Pikachu, that really cute, like, rabbit, yellow rabbit Pokemon thing? I don't even know. I always thought it had a black tip on its tail. I always thought it had a black tip on its tail, because it makes sense. It'd look really cute if it had a black tip on its tail. But apparently, it's always had a yellow tail, and it's never had a black tip on its tail. I don't know how, because I literally vividly remember it always having a black tip on its tail. My brother used to be obsessed with Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure he even thinks it had a black tip on its tail. Now, let's ask my brother about this, shall we? Daniel, do you know Pikachu? Yes? Did it ever have a black tip on its tail?
No.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But the Mandela effect has changed it. I'm shook. Bye. My brother is lying to you guys, because there has been a black tip on its tail. There was a black tip on its tail, but now there's not. The last one is the Kit Kat sign. So, as a little kid, I'm fat, so I used to love them.
Look at an image of Pikachu. It has black tips on his ears, but look at his tail, no black tip.
But it did have one, Daniel.
No, it wasn't in Gen 1.
The Mandela effect has changed it. Now close.
It's only had a black
Go
tip
away.
tail in
Changing the Matrix. Go away. I'm shook, Dad. Wait. Yeah, I know, Dad. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, mind my shookness right now. I just can't live anymore. But the last one is about Kit Kat. So, I always remember as a little, like, fetus being fat like I am, eating them Kit Kats, you know. And I always noticed, like, a few years ago, that they changed the Kit Kat sign, and I thought it was weird because I always remember having a dash in it when Kit Kat Crunchy came out. The Kit Kat sign was all together for once, but I always remember having a dash in it. So I don't know when they changed it, but at some point they changed the matrix because it doesn't look right when it's put together. But yeah, it looks right when it's separate. I mean, with a dash, yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're as shook as I am, and my dad is, and my dog is, because my dog like going crazy now. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.